So you guys know by now, I'm as big of a basketball fan as anybody, and I'm a sucker for a good matchup. I feel like stars drive the NBA, and they have for a while, and rightfully so. Stars are normally the best of the best. They bring a different element to the game of basketball. They show you things that, well, you couldn't exactly do on your own. They give us timeless moments that'll live in our hearts forever. If you want to have a chance at winning everything in the NBA, you're going to need that star if you want to compete on the highest level. And don't get me wrong, you still need to have a complete team. You still need to have a system in place. Coaching still plays a very, very important role. As a matter of fact, systems can make or break some players. Anyways, like I said, I'm a sucker for a good matchup. And star-wise, I think the league is in good hands. After that prolific 2018 draft class that brought us the dominant Luka Doncic, who looks like the second coming of LeBron James in ways. And I'm not saying he's an identical player, but I'm saying that's just how good Luka Doncic has been. Before this season, almost everybody was ready to write the Dallas Mavericks off. But Luka had different plans. You can tell by his numbers, you can tell by the way he plays, and you could tell by what the Mavericks are doing this season. We knew when Luka came into the league, he'd be good. But did we know he'd be this good? And did we know that Trae Young would already be breaking the game, stretching the limits of the NBA? Trae's ability to consistently create space and hit from any spot on the court is ridiculous. People were ready to write this guy off after a poor 2018 NBA Summer League. Just like people were ready to write LeBron off after the Lakers didn't make the playoffs last year. It was a common thought among many NBA fans that LeBron was on a decline, that he simply didn't have years like this left in him. If you told somebody last year that the Lakers would be sitting on top of the Western Conference, they would probably think you were joking, or perhaps they'd think that the Lakers actually landed Kawhi Leonard, maybe Kevin Durant, and possibly some other big-name free agents or trade targets, alongside getting Anthony Davis. So far this season has been magical for the Lakers. They have a certain charisma about them that reminds me of the Golden State Warriors when they were winning. That team, that chemistry, it was undefeated. It was like the Warriors were playing for a cause greater than themselves. They were playing for each other, and they were playing for the love of the game. Those Golden State teams were so special. On any given night, anybody could pop off. And regardless of who was getting their points, regardless of who was eating, everybody on the team loved it. And everybody around the league took note of this, especially one big-time player by the name of Kevin Durant. What this charisma does, what this culture does, is it's not only good for the team's morale, it keeps everybody happy, but it gives you a leg up on free agents. You're already in Los Angeles. You're already in one of the biggest markets in the NBA. You have the lifestyle down. You have the media down. I feel like the Lakers offer something that they haven't had culture-wise in a really, really long time. As a basketball purist, I would have loved to see Carmelo thriving with this Los Angeles Lakers team. Things didn't turn out that way, and Melo is thriving, but in Portland. Carmelo could have quit at any time, but he didn't. He stayed true to himself. He stayed true to the game. He showed the ultimate work ethic with no promise of a tomorrow in the NBA. A lot of people would have just backed down, but not Melo, and he's never backed down. He's embraced the moment since first stepping foot in the NBA, and so is LeBron James. We're talking about the ultimate friendship, but also the ultimate rivalry. The Blazers playing the Lakers Friday brought me back to 2003, the first time Carmelo and LeBron met in the NBA. Jay-Z sitting courtside, one of the most hyped matchups of the decade. And we got the chance to live it again. This video, I'm going to be talking about what we learned from LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the Los Angeles Lakers versus Carmelo Anthony, Damian Lillard, and the Portland Trail Blazers. But before we go any further, guys, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another GETLIKECOOP video. And that's facts. I'm trying to get to 200,000 subscribers to go full time and bring you guys daily content, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm off from school, guys, so you guys know I will be going hard all of this month, and I'm also thinking about starting an NFL channel and bringing back my gaming channel. If you guys have any interest in either of those, let me know down in the comments below. And I need video suggestions, guys. Leave those down below in the comments. Also, be sure to follow my IG guys handle GETLIKECOOP. You will not want to miss another post. I think this game was incredibly symbolic for the entire NBA. Everybody was watching and everybody wanted to see how Melo and LeBron would perform. Now, I'm a little disappointed in the fact that Melo and LeBron did not have the exact matchup that I envisioned them having. A lot of star players in today's NBA don't exactly match up head to head. When players take their matchups personal and they take it upon themselves to stop the other team's best player being a star themselves, I think it amplifies the game. When we saw Dame match up with Westbrook in the playoffs last year, that was some of the best basketball that honestly I had the pleasure to watch in a while. Two players going back and forth, head to head, and the finish, the ending by Dame, that was insane. I never thought I'd see a game winner like that, but Dame had to remind everybody what time it was. This game showed me a lot for the Portland Trail Blazers, because for the Portland Trail Blazers, I understood that they are at their best when Dame is aggressive. When Dame is scoring the ball, the Blazers are at their best. Other players can play a part in moving the Blazers, but when Dame's attacking, when Dame's aggressive, he's able to set up the entire offense. When Dame's hitting from way behind the line and you have to guard this guy out to the logo, he's a one-man spacer. Dame really got his mojo going in the second half. He finished with 29 points. He had 8 assists, but also 7 rebounds. And one thing I love about Dame is that he has the ability to score in the flow of the offense. Maybe because he is the offense, but this guy is so good. Every shot he takes seems like a good shot. For the most part, I want to say the same goes for Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo shot 4 of 13 from the field this game, but I really didn't feel like he was forcing many looks. With Carmelo Anthony, I saw him display the ability to still get to the basket, getting an early and one, and he also showed me the ability to play through contact. I saw a few instances where players had to foul Melo, but perhaps most of all is that he still has the ability to get to the spots that he wants on the court. When Carmelo is able to choose his spots, he's a really dangerous player. He's still really active on the glass, and he's playing some pretty solid defense. I saw Melo get in the mix for steals multiple times. This may get swept under the rug, but Rodney Hood going down is a long-term and short-term blow for Portland. He was playing phenomenal this season, and now on the other side of things, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. This team looks simply unstoppable right now. They have two of the best players in the entire game of basketball. And these guys are playing at ridiculously high levels. Not only are they elevating each other, but they're elevating the entire team. And I think that's what truly special players do. It was interesting to see the two different styles of basketball. I felt like the Lakers as a whole played like more of a unit and with more cohesion than the Portland Trail Blazers. Now the Blazers have prolific scorers who can get going at any time, but at times they take some shots that are questionable. But they also hit shots that a lot of players don't even dream of taking. I felt like the Blazers were settling for a bunch of tough shots, whereas the Lakers were working the ball around more and creating more open looks. LeBron's passing this season has been nothing short of phenomenal. As a matter of fact, he's posting a career high in assists at 10.7 a game. Let's talk about Anthony Davis for a little. Anthony Davis is playing by far the best defense of his career. I've followed Anthony Davis in New Orleans a ton. I am actually a Pelicans fan, and I've never seen Anthony Davis this engaged, this locked in. It's like he knows that this season can be something truly special for the Los Angeles Lakers. He allowed no easy baskets, and he made life tough for Portland all over the court. We're talking about a guy who's the current frontrunner for Defensive Player of the Year. But he didn't just do things defensively, he was also a monster on the offensive end, finishing with 39 points on 12 of 21 shooting. The fact of the matter is that the Blazers simply couldn't stop Anthony Davis or JaVale McGee early on. Anthony finished the first quarter with 15 points. And honestly, the Trailblazers really did not have an answer. Hassan Whiteside, for everything he's good at, he does have his deficiencies. And I'm not sure it's all on him, but the Portland Trail Blazers' interior defense does seem to be lacking at times. But in the Blazers' defense, JaVale McGee and Anthony Davis are two of the better pick-and-roll players in the league, especially Anthony Davis. He might be the single hardest guy to defend in the pick-and-roll. He has an arsenal of moves, and it's simply unfair, because you can't match up with the guy one-on-one either. And if you do have a player that has a chance at stopping Anthony Davis on your roster, the chance is you're sacrificing offense. And I mean, what if the guy is still cooking? Then what? The duo of Anthony Davis and LeBron James is simply unfair. LeBron looked great all game, and he was a force down low in the paint, and he has been all season. While everybody's been launching from three, LeBron James has been using his strength, his power, and his creativity to take advantage of mismatches. But LeBron's from a different era, and he's cut from a different cloth. Don't forget though, he still has the ability to fill it up from deep. He's currently 43rd in the league in threes made, despite only shooting 33% from three. In 2012, LeBron shot 41% from downtown. Despite the somewhat down year from three, he's shown the ability to be a big-time player from behind the line, excelling more the deeper he gets. He's one of the best deep three-point shooters in the entire NBA. And in the second half of this game, LeBron caught fire from downtown. And let's just say, LeBron's revenge tour has been incredibly explosive. #WaskedKing. LeBron's creativity passing outside of the post is also a thing of beauty. If you don't double him, he's probably getting an easy basket. We've learned that the Blazers have some work to do and not overreact to a bad shooting game from Carmelo Anthony. The Lakers are for real, and they look like the team to beat early in this season. Be sure to click the video on the screen right now. It's me going over Zion Williamson and what the Pelicans are hiding from you. I'm D Coop. Be sure to subscribe, turn on noties, and I'm out.